Everybody likes Steve. Steve was.
But
I'm just surprised that Steve has any problem. Because Steve was always a good man. I always
well, he
liked
got
Steve.
kind of messed up there. I forget what he did.
Well, there was the pay raise thing that when he voted for the pay raise and people started getting on it. So that's why he just resigned and you know. But that was
better
good.
he resigned.
Yeah, but
Then
Steve was always good, you know.
Yeah.
But
well, okay, I don't want to take up any more of your time.
Thank you, Peggy.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Okay.
Joe.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that was the thing. That there's so many different things. Yeah, you know, after Steve used to come here too a lot of time. We enjoyed Steve Steller. I'm just surprised that there's any controversy what goes on. I just find it hard to believe that he would broke any laws. I really do, because Steve was always a very careful person that I know personally. But you know, like I said, there was things that was always done up to everybody done. And like I'm inclined to believe him, but I don't. You know, I can't prove. But I'm inclined to believe in that there's been some politics played on him, because Steve always did nothing more than what everybody else done. I always watched it, and that's something you got to watch too when you get in these offices. Because sometimes all of a sudden nobody don't like it. They do something, all of a sudden they change up on you, and then they nail you. I don't know.
The biggest thing in politics you have to
they can do that too.
You can't make mistakes.
You know, I don't know. So I don't know. Oh, Steve, is that on one? Okay. Hello, Steve. You're live with Joe.
Hi, Joe. How you doing?
Pretty good. I know you got questions for us.
Oh, boy, do I. Yeah, I got a couple.
Sure.
I'm 63 years old, and I did not vote this time.
Okay.
Joe knows that. I told him a couple of times.
Yeah, you did.
Here's the reason why.
Okay.
I'm not hitting you personally. I'm talking in general, the politicians. The majority of these are a bunch of liars. And
I agree with that.
The fact is, if we as a family must control our money and the amount of money that we take in to make sure that we have a good livelihood, okay, the government should do the same thing. They never did. They have stole Social Security. That's why one of the reasons why Social Security and Medicaid and Medicare are in trouble is because they're taking money away from the people. Now, I blame the Treasury Department, the IMF, the World Bank, and your IRS. None of these people have ever been audited. I know that the gentleman that you ran against said he was about getting a bill in there to audit the IRS. That's a bunch of malarkey, because you're 100 years behind schedule, because it can't be done. The ones that have the money, ones that control that, are controlling what you people can do and what you can't do. And if you don't do it, they turn around and they assassinate people like they did President Kennedy. And this is hurting everybody. It's like the Social Security now. We do not get a pay raise for 3 years, counting this year, next year, 2012. But they say in the paper that the food prices have stagnated or gone down. That's a bunch of malarkey, because you still, even if that would be true, your gas, your heating oil, your water bill is going to go up this year.
Electric is too.
All that, and the people that are on a fixed income are going to get nailed to the wall. And every year, the government, regardless of what political party is in control, they take money out of the Social Security bill, money that they have for us older people, and spend on anything they want. And it shouldn't be that way. That should be set in there for just people that are retired at age 62 on up through, and they should not be allowed to touch it. Comment, please.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. This is a conversation that I think we could return back to our previous representatives. I as much as, again, I think that Todd Platts claims that he's a fiscal conservative, these are the issues we need to be asking. Why does this continue to occur? And why did not either you as a representative fight for our Social Security to be secured sooner, and why are you not doing it now? I suspect Todd's answer will be, well, we wanted to privatize Social Security, which I think if we all look at the current stock market, I don't know that that'll be the best solution.
Excuse me for interrupting.
Yeah.
But they have, even in the past administrations of Democratic parties, and when they had control of both houses, they didn't do a dang thing. They just kept doing the same thing.
Yep.
So technically they're a bunch of crooks.
Yes. No, you're right. And the problem, I think, becomes once you, it's a couple of reasons, actually. One of the biggest key things, I believe, is that a lot of our representatives don't really understand what we're going through. About half of Congress is made up of millionaires. And there's one of our key problems. The other problem is that there's some of them have been in office for way too long. Time for a little bit of changeover. The fact that 90% of incumbents can get reelected means there's an issue there, an issue with competition, an issue with accountability. This is why I'm running against Todd in this district, because it's time for us to have a discussion on what Todd has done over the past 10 years. My personal opinion is he hasn't done a lot for us. I suspect that is across the board. And I think this year in particular is a lot of anti-incumbency feeling, because we watched what happened in 2008 and 9 with our economy hitting a wall. And we realized that our leaders were the ones who led us down this path. And our leaders are the ones who didn't help us get out of this hole. And our leaders are the ones who should be held accountable. And this is why I'm running, because we need to be addressing these things. Now, me as one person, can I change all this? I doubt it. But if I'm talking, and if you're talking, if we're all having the same conversation about we need to focus on the community, we need to focus on the citizens, and we need to focus on what we need as individuals, then we'll get some progress.
Excuse me again, dealing with the national debt, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I know what Clinton did, but the national debt was never going away. What that gentleman did, that president did, is his 8-year term, he controlled his finances. But if you look at the national debt, you can't look at the principle of the thing. It's the interest on the thing.
Yes.
Plus, we owe almost $60 trillion to other countries. We are kind of become a debtor nation. And if we ever get into trouble, those countries that, for us, when we could have did it, when we did years ago, they are not capable to help us out. They don't have the means to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I see is we are going to have a depression. Because of the finances, there are some people that want it, and you also have that credit card debt.
Yes.
And the whole thing's going to snowball, I'm afraid. And you're not going to be able to pay. I heard the other day how much it's going to cost per taxpayer just to pay off the interest on the national debt. It's an impossibility. Well, listen, I'm done. Hey, have a great summer. And
Thanks,
thank you
Steve.
for the opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, I think Steve is hitting on a couple really good points, and this is I think the frustration we feel across the board, whether you're a Tea Party person, whether you're a moderate, whether you're a Democrat, liberal, across the board, the frustration is we're not addressing these issues. Credit cards are a huge problem. Access to credit for small business is a huge issue. These companies have cornered the market. They've cornered our representation. They spend the money to buy the rules they want. And then this is the reason why we got in this problem in the first place. So if we're not addressing that, we're not talking to our representatives and asking them why they didn't do anything over the past 10, 15, 20 years, we're doing ourselves a disservice.
Okay. So that's the thing. That, like I said, we were talking about those issues, and that's like I said, you can see here the public's concern, all the deficits that we're running into, and the money that we have. But we keep printing money.
Yeah. Yes.
That just makes the dollar be more devaluated. The question I asked her the other week, and I don't know, I can't figure out why does it cost us to print a penny? It costs us 2 cents every penny that we print. Why does it cost us 9 cents to print every nickel? Now, what's going on there?
There's something wrong with that, isn't there?
And I asked that question. I said, does this make sense? It costs us 9 cents to print a nickel, 2 cents to print a penny.
Yeah.
And I wonder why we're in trouble. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was actually those little questions like that, and I'm always concerned as to where the money is going. If we're so far in debt, where are we getting all this money to keep fighting these wars? Who's giving us the money to keep fighting over there in Iraq and Afghanistan? Where's all this money, the millions and millions of dollars we're spending every week to buy bombs and what's it called? Every time they shoot one of these smart bombs, that's $1 million. Boom, we just blew away.
Yeah.
Just blow something up. The old bombs don't blow them up no more. I don't know. I mean, because $1 million. Well, we say this one will hit exactly on it. That's $1 million. Boom. Can you imagine? Say you have $1 million and you just boom, you just blew it away.
Blow it away.
Well, how many you killed? We killed a couple people. Okay, and that cost me $1 million?
It is the irony of our military. I mean, our military is a wonderful tool. The technology they've developed, it's almost ironic in many ways how much we spend on the tools. I think it's, in long